You remember mixtapes? So many times I remember sitting down with that big old tape player and clicking record again and again, making lists of songs to get just that right mix of music for myself or a friend. You know, those favorite songs from your final year of high school or your first year of university, or a special tape for your first love. It took time and focus, but the amount of thought and effort you put into it was, of course, part of the experience. And then there was that little piece of glossy paper label in the plastic case where you put down the names of the songs, maybe some drawings and special messages all over the tape, maybe a red heart or two, depending on who it was for, of course. Those were the days! When you think about it, mixtapes are actually a profound spiritual process. This wasn't just dragging MP3s from your phone into a folder. This involved some real attention. Now, of course, you had to listen to what you were recording as the song was playing. Sometimes you were reflecting on both the meaning of the songs and thinking about the people that they're being made for. And you had to know when to push play and when to push stop. When you were making that list of songs for a special someone, you had to really think about who they were. What did they like? What kind of personality were they? In some way, you wanted them to remember or think about something. And what did you want them to feel when they listened to the tape? Mixtapes really are at their core about connections, about memories and past experiences, and about recognizing the reality of life, just like on the tape, is that sometimes there are moments that make us sit down and listen, and others that make us want to get up and dance. A mixtape, like the mix of life, is a wonderful blend of emotions and memories, joys and challenges. Now, as we complete the first book of the Torah this week, the book of Genesis, the book of creation, we're left with a very unique and important set of mixtapes. From the tohu vavohu, the darkness and chaos of creation, we've journeyed through the stories of our people. We've learned about the important characters of the Torah, not only the people, but the interactions, the rivalry, the violence, the love, the hatred. These are the stories, the core stories of our people. From the simplicity of the mistakes of the Garden of Eden to the first calls from God and to the very real politics in Joseph and in Egypt, we see people interacting with their world and with other people, and we see the consequences of their choices. And then next week, as we enter the book of Exodus, we move from the story of people and families to the story of Jewish people as a community. The stories become those of community and of the people within it, moving on so many levels beyond the individuals. And then as we near the final words of this book of Genesis, Jacob, the last of the patriarchs, gives a final testament to his 12 sons, often called blessings, but really so much more. They're not just blessings, because Jacob isn't only saying positive things to his son. They're more honest declarations, statements about who each of these men are as individuals and as personalities. A reflection of their past, their inner truths, and a taste of their future. Now, Jacob has taken the time to truly make sense of each of his sons, to describe their true being, and to speak his final words to them as this truth, not holding back what may be hard to take in. About Reuben, he says, "You are my might and the first fruit of my vigor, and exceeding in honor." But he also says that he's as unstable as water and shall excel no longer. About Shimon and Levi, their weapons are tools of lawlessness. About Gad, he shall be raided by raiders, but he shall raid at their heels. About Dan, shall he be like a viper on the path that bites horses' heels so that the rider is thrown backwards. Now only Judah is given a long and lengthy bit of praise. The scepter shall not depart from him, it ends. At the conclusion of all of Jacob's comments to his sons, he says, all of these are the 12 tribes of Israel, everyone according to his blessing. He blessed them. He's reflected on each of his sons and the truth of who they are and told them who they will be and why. In essence, a mixtape of their lives to hold on to as they go out on their journeys. But a blessing? With all the negative points that he makes about his sons, his word, his testament is more a reflection on their personality and a hint of their future. It's a mixtape, but one where some of the songs might not be your favorite, might not be the easiest to hear, but still are part of your life and your inner being. While the Hebrew may use the root for the word blessing, baruch, the word tells us so much more. What is the meaning of the words, everyone according to his blessing? Blessing in Hebrew also means to draw down. hamshocho, from the root mavrich. Every one of the tribes has his particular journey, his specific energy which he must manifest in this world. The rabbis teach that the Sea of Reeds was split into 12 paths when we get to the story in Exodus, providing a separate path for each of the 12 tribes. So Jacob, through his words, through his mixtape, was outlining a path for each of his sons, helping them figure out how they should live in the world. Now, it's been said before that we each have a purpose. Our journeys so far, the special and unique mixtapes of our lives, will be something that we hold on to for the rest of our lives. God, the cosmos, the creator, the holy DJ, has put us together in a way that sends us down a road filled with purpose, but in a way that is uniquely ours. Not all of what we will encounter in our lives, what we'll remember about our past, will be things that we want to hear. But if we can take them, the fullness of our mixtape, if we can own them and truly listen to the entire mix of our lives, then we can see that we each have a purpose. This is what Jacob did through his final words to his sons. He told them who they were, the good sides and the challenges, and he left them with the ability to understand their true reality, the true entirety of their lives, so they could continue with a sense of wholeness that can only come from this kind of honesty. Seeing the purpose of our lives means being honest with ourselves and always knowing that our actions and the connections we make are inherently holy and filled with meaning. The world needs us to be who we are meant to be, and that should be our goal. As Rabbi Nachman said, the moment you were born, God decided that the world could not go on without you. Now that's a blessing and a mixtape worth listening to.